Happy Mother's Day. Saying goodbye to YouTube and Darkness Travels. More on that after this. Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Maria, who is a mother to all 7 of our children, and especially my mother, who is a very great woman who inspires me all the time, and I love her very much. Okay, that was a bit of a clickbait and a teaser for all of you. I am not giving up on YouTube or Darkness Travels, but I am going to take a month off, or maybe 2, from uploading videos while I compile our season 3 of our new adventures this summer, probably starting sometime in July as far as traveling is concerned. We have a few things that we're working on the mothership, so on that note, I'm going to go over a few of our travel plans, what we use to plan a trip. There's several different things that I use to plan a trip. Digital and manual, tactile, something I use my fingers for. And I want to just take all of you through how I plan a trip. Stay till the end of this video because I have a very big hint of our last destination this fall. We're taking a trip to New York, but the last destination on that trip is something very special. And those of you connected on Facebook might have seen a hint with a picture. So stay tuned to the end of this video for that hint and enjoy your lesson on how we plan a trip before we RV. The first thing that some of us use are maps. And I will show you some of the collection of maps I've had since 1996. Yes, you heard that right, 1996. Here they are. This is another great resource for planning a trip. It's worth the $6.95 if you're a good Sam Club member, or even $20 US if you just want to purchase it. It's the 83rd edition Good Sam 2018 North American RV Travel and Savings Guide. I love this because it has a roadmap of the states, and each city in red has a campground, and then there's a listing of campgrounds, and I'll show you here in a minute. As you can see here, here's the state of Michigan. And then I'm going to show you, there we go, there's some focus. There's Frankenmuth, Mount Pleasant, Sumner, Cedar Springs. And again, as I said, the red means that there are campgrounds in this book located there. Not all campgrounds are located or listed in this book, but a good majority of them are. Example, if you noticed Frankenmuth was in red, there's a Good Sam's Park. They list the price, latitude, longitude. They give you the address, a website, and a phone number if you wanted to call and make reservations. And there's a couple of non-Good Sam's things to see and do, and also some campsites that aren't Good Sam's are listed in here as well. It's just a great resource, and I found a couple of resorts in here for our trip out east this later on this summer. Another resource I love to use, it is Google Maps. It's a really great site. You can a lot of you might have the app on your phone, but it's super accurate. So we are going to plan a trip to Crystal Lake Campground because we're in search of Jason Voorhees this summer to test the tow dolly out. So I typed in Crystal and this came up, and I clicked on it, and it's showing you the details here. What I like about Google Maps on the computer is I can see it a little clearer on the map, but I also like the fact that you can send it to your phone if you're linked to your Gmail account on your phone, and mine's the LG Style 04, so it'll send you a map to your phone. The one thing I find with Google Maps is that if the satellite or your phone signal's off, make sure I always download all the maps to my phone, so I have a hard copy of offline maps just in case of an emergency. The next thing I like to do is go to Park Advisor. And if you see here, you can enter an address, parkadvisor.com. They also have an app for Android, which is pretty good. If I type in my zip code and then search, it actually shows you that Crystal Lake Campground right there. And if you click on that, it gives you a link and their phone number and information. If you click the link, it gives you all that you need. Those are just a couple of different tools that I use to prepare for a trip. I like the tactile because if digital just don't work for you, you have both. And the offline maps always will work. Just make sure your phone is charged. It does take up some memory on your phone. We do plan on going to that Crystal Lake that I showed you in Vassar this summer, and we're in search of Jason Voorhees. Our next trip is on the way to New York State. We're going to stay at Clarence Fonstock State Park and for 4 nights. But our last stop is going to be a secret, and I'm just going to give you hints, and you'll have to find out when I upload a video to Dark Nest Travels next season. Thank you all for coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for the shares, the likes, the comments that I've gotten over the past 2 seasons. I really appreciate the support and need it desperately on this stuff. Not very good at social media, so I'm giving my hand at it. The selfie video hasn't always been my favorite, but it's growing on me. I appreciate each and every one of you again, and I'm going to leave you with this hint and the closing.
You must die.